What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders Awakened. DDA is definitely, without a doubt, a game about stats. As you progress through and min-max your characters, all you're gonna care about is the stats and getting the right stats for the job you want to do. Now, there are some stats that are a little bit more elusive that you may not know exactly what they are. Things like versatility on a giraffe or a misdefined rock pet can be quite confusing. Things like the bonus armor on a lichen prince can be quite confusing as well, as what does this actually do? Well, if you head on over to your stats tab, and on PC you use your shift key while having a particular stat selected, and it will give you a brief overview of what that stat does. So, for example, here, our armor reduces all damage taken from enemy attacks. Of course, that one is kind of a no-brainer that will be easy to figure out. However, if you go down to your versatility stat, your versatility stat is actually the old builder bonus. Improves the damage of your defenses on top of power, and it applies to all heroes in your deck. So for this particular example with versatility, say we are building something like maybe a deadly striker tower. We've got a deadly striker tower. It's hitting for 1.996 million for a shot. If I swap over, actually that was a bad example, as my apprentice has a giraffe as well. Let's unequip that giraffe. It's hitting for 1.916 million per shot. If I swap over to my active monk, we're getting an additional 5% versatility for having a giraffe pet, which means our builder bonus is now 25% increased damage instead of 20%. You get 20% versatility by default. We're getting an additional 5% on this hero. So we look now, we're doing 1.996 million damage per shot. On back to our EV with a cat, we're doing 1.916. So versatility is the old builder bonus, except now it is split between the heroes in your hero deck. So any hero you have in your deck, if you build with one of those heroes, they're going to get that versatility bonus to any damage done by their defenses. Now, looking through the stats, that one really is the most confusing, I think, to most folks, is figuring out exactly what versatility does. Additionally, on some weapons, you may have something like, let's take a look through some weapons. Actually, we've got a filter set here. Let's look through just some overall generic weapons. We'll have things like attack rate on mana. Well, if you hit D to page over to the detail on the tooltip bar, then we're going to see the detail of that. It increases your attack rate after acquiring build mana. So anytime you run around the map and pick up mana, it's going to increase your attack rate for a period of time. Then we're going to have different stats that are things like a raw attack. You see, we get plus 500 attack on that one. That one's pretty self-explanatory. It's just giving us that just raw attack value. Here we look at stability. So if we have this item equipped, and then we look at our stat screen, we're going to see we now have 46% stability. Well, if we use shift and mouse over that one, we're going to see that stability is going to reduce the knockback from enemy attacks. So it reduces our chances of being knocked back, or the power of knockback from enemy attacks. Now back to bonus armor, and one of the new pets, of course, is the lichen prince. Now this one can be a little bit confusing. However, I have tested it, and although it doesn't show on your personal stats, it does show on your pet stats. Bonus armor 18.55%. So this armor is addition or over your regular base armor value or your rift armor. Now this pet is not going to have very much value in my opinion, as even a super high roll like this one, the amount of bonus armor you get is quite trivial. It's a very, very small amount. However, I have tested it. This is additional armor. So the bonus armor is applied after your armor and your rift armor reduction. So your base armor, if you get to your armor cap at 75%, equipping a Lycan Prince is still going to go above that cap. If we take a look at, say, in the Deeper Well map with the Lycan King equipped, we're going to see how much damage a regular Rifted Goblin is going to do to us. So here we see with the 75% armor, the Rift Armor bonus, and the Lycan King bonus, this enemy is hitting me for 962. A regular Rifted Goblin, 962 damage per shot. Every Rifted Goblin will hit for this amount, so 962. A Rifted Archer there is hitting for 2315. If we go ahead and restart the map and remove that pet, we'll take a look at those values again. And now we don't have that bonus armor as we've got our Giraffe pet equipped, and we look, and now the enemy is hitting for 983. Like I said, it's kind of a trivial difference in damage, but it is additional bonus armor on top of what's already there. Taking a look at the Archer here, the Archer's hitting for 2364 now, and we're not getting that bonus armor from that particular pet. So hopefully this helps folks understand not only what some of the more elusive stats do, but additionally how to find out what each individual stat does. Once again, I'm not really sure what pops up this particular interface on console. I'm assuming it's one of your sticks. If some console players can let me know down in the comments below, that would be appreciated, and I'll pin those comments up. So taking a look at your stats tab and going through each individual stat, just Shift on PC is going to bring that detail up to show you what each individual stat does for you. So that will do it for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see ya next time around with some more Dungeon Defenders in all of its various flavors, shapes, and forms. Thanks again, y'all, and I will see ya next time. Take it easy.